The distribution of the vaccine brings with it a lot of challenges, namely that most of the vaccines that are going to be approved have to be stored consistently at sub-zero temperatures. One, I think Pfizer is at -70 and Moderna is around -30. Talk to me about what asset tracking technology can do or help with the distribution of the vaccine through the cold chain.
So really, when we're talking about asset management is, one, you want to ensure that the temperatures are staying within the acceptable range. So whether that's, under -30 or under -70. And then we actually give bonus points. Here's how we give bonus points, Mike. When you get alerts before they exceed that range. Let's say the temperature starts going up, and it's being shipped at -80. And now it's moving to -78, -76, -75. What if you can get an alert that says, hey, this temperature is rising? Do you want to go check to make sure the door's not open? Do you want to see if you need to throw another bag of ice in there or take some other precautions to stop that temperature from exceeding that threshold that you need to have to, again, ensure the quality of the vaccine as it's being shipped?
Spoilage for a common vaccine is anywhere between 5 to 20%. And obviously the stakes are pretty high that we don't want to have a lot of spoilage. If a truck arrives at, say, a CVS or Walgreens, will they have the ability to know that, hey, that shipment went below a certain temperature and it's probably spoiled?
So it's not, hey, by the way, something happened. Hey, by the way, this event happened. It's, hey, by the way, this event's getting ready to happen. Can you do something to prevent it? So what that does is that keeps the structural integrity of whatever packages you're being shipped intact. For Operation Warp Speed, it could mean, hundreds of thousands or millions of lives saved.
What actually records the temperature and sends the information to the software? Is it a sensor?
Right, so we typically use sensors, and we can use a variety of sensors depending on what your job is requesting or what the needs of your organizations are. But what we're looking at are sensors that can either on their own or through a connection through a local handheld device ship information at a regular interval. And what that allows us to do is a couple things. One, it allows us to continually pulse to make sure that we're working with the latest data. It allows us to understand what format the data is coming in, so we can make sure the data is credible and timely. It allows us to take actions or to make predictions or to provide information to our customer without them having to do anything else. But what's really important about this technology is the fact that once it's set up, you don't need to continue to bang on it. You don't need to push a button. It's going to prompt you before certain events happen and allow you to take action to make sure that the integrity of your shipment is intact.
If this had happened 10 years ago, would we be able to distribute a vaccine?
10 years ago would be challenging. The technology has just has really made leaps and bounds over the last decade. What we're beginning to see is these leaps and bounds in these edge computing, this IoT atmosphere that's allowing us to do some of these predictive analytics that are allowing us to gather some of this information that our solution's using to drive its decisions.